I love reading. Um, so unlike any other, I have many people from the IT industry do mention that we don't read non-fiction, but I love to read fiction. I would say all the techies who are looking forward to enter into IT industry, they should be ready to embrace change. Uh, I have a total work experience of close to 20 years. Out of that, the major part of my work experience I spent in TechM. I mean, I have completed close to 13 years in TechM. When I joined TechM, since then I have worked or I have contributed in various roles. So initially when I started, I was working in a function called as SDC, which is Software Distribution and Control. Later I moved on to project management, customer delivery projects. And then in 2016, I started doing the PMO role. We had got a very big deal, a testing deal with this client. Okay, so which involved close to 700 resources to start with. So it was a very big challenge as to how we are going to capture the timesheet, how we are going to send out the invoices, because it's going to be a T&M system in our process, timesheet submission in our system, generation of invoice. So there was a bi-weekly process set by which our managers would review, their managers would review, approve it, and we were able to. So initially when we started, the invoice generation used to get delayed by say 4 to 5 weeks because the approval process was taking time because it was close to 700 resources. But gradually, through by simplification of process through regular meetings with the customer, we brought it down to 2 weeks. So today we are successfully able to generate invoices within 2 weeks of by the subsequent month. So that way we have brought down the invoicing cycle. That customer was used to be they had a one vendor policy. Okay. It was only after we entered, they broke that one vendor policy and they started dealing with more than one vendors. So definitely the customer was apprehensive as to how this is going to work out to be, because they were used to working with only one vendors, right? So the challenge was to make it a seamless process for them. To set our internal systems and our operations in a way that we are complying to the customer requirements or customer policies also. The SOWs were drafted, they were short-term SOWs. They were ice-breaking SOWs where we had entered with a negative EBITDA. There were many unique requests and asks from the customers. So it was a challenge for us to set up contracts in our system to align to those asks from the customer, right? And the customer also apprehensive as to whether we will be able to give them the timesheet approval processes, whether we will be able to do it in a timely process, whether it would be seamless, whether there would be mistakes in that, or whether we would be in a position to provide invoices on time, so that they are able to budget their align to their cost budgets. So we set up a process with our customer whereby they used to share with us their system dump with us as to where our invoices stand, whether they are approved in the system or not, whether we have been able to whether they are approved in the system, and what is the tentative payment date they have captured in the system. Okay. And we internally started creating a report. So we used to get a outstanding report from our internal stakeholders, and we used to marry the two reports, okay, and try to understand. So these were the invoices that we have sent to the customer. These are the payment terms. Where do these invoices stand? Whether they are approved? Are there any challenges? So if challenges reported in the customer systems, we used to go back to the customer, understand why they are rejecting a particular invoice or why they are put it on hold, okay, and try to provide a solution as early as possible so that the payment does not get delayed. Okay, so this we set up a weekly process with the customer, whereby we used to marry our internal DSO report. We used to get the customer report, understand the roadblocks, lies with the customer, and try to provide them a solution or provide them a revised invoice as early as possible, and streamline the payment receipt process. So I can say that me and my PMO counterparts or team, we have been able to set up intelligent operations through which we were able to provide maximum output to the customer for whatever investments they have made in us as vendors. And while doing that, we were also able to comply to all the customer policies and requirements. Also, the PMO team, the on-site and offshore delivery team, we collectively were able to grow the customer account in terms of both revenue and EBITDA. An account which started with a very low EBITDA, and we had a lot of EBITDA challenges, it being a new and growing account. We started this somewhere in 2015, and today in 2022, we were successfully able to renew our bigger contracts with the customer. So the customer has developed confidence in we as a vendor. I love reading. Unlike any other, I have many people from the IT industry do mention that we don't read non-fiction, but I love to read fiction. I love reading fiction. I have a passion for music. I try to learn ukulele and instruments. I love trekking. I love to go for trekking. So whenever I get a chance, I manage to for treks. Definitely, it's an evolving industry. It is entered into every industry for that matter, may it be the automobile industry, may it be banking, anywhere you go, you need an IT support, you need IT to provide them with solutions. So definitely it's a fast growing industry, the future is bright. So I would say all the techies who are looking forward to enter into IT industry, they should be ready to embrace change, okay, and adapt to it. Because that's an ever-changing industry, so you just cannot stick to one technology and expect to grow. So you need to embrace change and adapt.